Yo, gotta tell you, it's getting cold outside, at least down south. Now up north, y'all probably freezing. But down here, man, we've been having these 20-degree mornings. We've been having 60-degree highs. I mean, we're kind of on a warming trend as I'm making this video, but that's irrelevant right now. There's literally no jet skis, guys. No pontoon boats zipping back and forth. No wake boats with little childrens on the back of it going wee. Winter fishing. Where did the crappie go? How to catch them? Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Turner Fishing. This is Stephen Turner. So, if you're into crappie fishing, first and foremost, you need to hit that subscribe button down below, because the deal with this channel, I want to teach you how to catch more fish, bigger fish, limit out almost every time you go. That's my goal. So, in today's video, we're going to cover three things: open water crappie, dock crappie, and brush pile crappie. These three things will lead you to success in the winter time or in the colder months. Like I said, we're on a warming trend right now, and if you watched my last video, there ain't nowhere near a winter pattern going on down here in South Carolina. But it's coming. I mean, it comes every year, so you just got to wait patiently. But before I dive into that, I just want to announce that we are releasing the Crappie Man Jigs Crappie Fluke. This right here is, I believe, a 2.5 inch. I don't even know. We about to measure him out real quick before this video starts. Yep, 2.5 inch jig. So this is right here is the biggest bait that we offer, besides the swim bait, but that's more for bass fishing. Yeah, the tail on this thing is insane. We're only going to be doing select colors right now. So if you have a name for the jig, drop it down below. I'm going to be picking the best name, and I'm going to send you a free 20 pack of the flukes. So drop a name down below. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Make sure you're subscribed, because if you're not subscribed, can't do it. But anyway, guys, let's get into today's video. Let's start with brush pile fishing, because that's, the guys out there without live scope, that don't spider rig. Brush pile fishing should be your go-to, or dock fishing. But we'll start with the brush pile fishing. Brush piles, you want to follow the creek channels in the winter time, and when you find the bait, what's left of the bait, I mean, if you're up north and all your bait's dead, there's gonna be something still out there somewhere. You just got to find it. And if you can find the migration of the bait through the creek channels, the river channels, you're gonna have a lot of success. What kind of jigs to use? Crappie Man jigs, man. The little minnow. I've been freaking smoking them on that little stinker right there, just because of the smaller profile, and in the winter, less action but more action, if that makes sense. Hang on, let me grab one of these little stinkers. Alright, now say I throw this little stinker out. Y'all see that tail? I am 100% trying to hold this jig as still as I possibly can. But do you see the action on that tail? Like, I'm gonna go double hand on it. So essentially, you toss that jig out there on this brush pile. You letting it pendulum back to the boat, like I've taught you in so many past videos. This jig's gonna sit on top of that brush and that tail. I call this the heartbeat. The heartbeat technique. I've got a video on it, fishing muddy water, if y'all want to go look for that. But essentially, what I mean by that is the beat of your heart goes through your body. You got your rod in your hand, that jig's tail under the water while it's sitting there, and our crappie's like, hey man, what you doing? You know what I mean? So essentially you're looking for brush piles in 20 to 30 foot of water. It's very, very easy to find these because you follow the creek channels. I mean, that's where people mainly put them out. They want to put them out on something. I mean, you're not just going to find a random pile over here in 20 foot of water if there's not a creek channel around it. You may. I mean, I've seen them. But you want to look for that. I mean, if your lake's not that deep, take the deep. Like, take that with a grain of salt. Like, the main body of water I fish, the deepest part of it's like 200 foot. I don't even know. Like, I'm probably going to get scolded in the comments for saying that. But it's freaking huge down the lake. But in the river, like 30 to 40 foot, that's deep. So I try to take that and like divide it by half. Now, when I say, 20 foot, you're not going to be like throwing out 20 foot of line. No, these crappie, you got a brush pile here. You're going to have crappie suspended way up here. 10 foot down, 15 foot down sometimes. And essentially you find the bait, find brush piles around the bait, and you're going to smoke them. Like in wintertime, if they're on the brush piles, they're going to be stacked. They may not want to bite. They're going to be stacked, compact. You can throw a buoy marker down and wear them out. Docks, same deal. You want to find deep docks. Deep docks that the river channel just goes. Like, you got the river channel and it just goes by and you know what I mean? If you can find a dock or the river channel, creek channel brushes up against it, it becomes deeper water when it does it. You don't want it to shallow up. Scan these docks. You should see little white little bobs on your side scan. Good to go. Dock fishing, same deal. I mean, this time of year is honestly my favorite time of year because as a bait company and as a finesse crappie fisherman, our lures just excel. Like, I mean, a 1.5 minnow, like, dude, a 1.5 stinker, a 1.5 stabber, just crazy. Especially for these dock fish. I mean, you throw it by the dock, 164 ounce jig head, no wind. You let that thing, I mean, that 164 is just going down so peacefully, guys, so peacefully. And the crappie's just looking at it. And it keeps going down. It gets in that strike zone and boom, there you go. All right, so we've covered brush piles. We've covered docks. I mean, we didn't really go in depth on them. If you want any of these subjects in depth, I can go out on the water, explain everything. Let me know down below in the comments. So, open water. This is what I'm most excited for this year. And honestly, because of live scope. So, you got your brush pile fishing, you got your dock fishing. What is open water wintertime crappie fishing? Basically, you're targeting single fish in open water. It doesn't matter. I mean, I can go prove this right now. I can pick any part of the lake and go out there and find a crappie in open water and catch it. Anywhere. I don't care. I can take a dart and throw it at a map of the lake and go there, and I will find a crappie somewhere around there. Take that with a grain of thought. I'm not going to be out there in 100 foot of water looking for crappie. But open water crappie fishing is a spider rigging's dream. If you're a spider rigger, it's your time of year. You're going to take your twister tails out there. You're going to be out there looking like this. Trolling through these creek channels, finding the bait, finding these suspended donkeys. It seems like when you find the individual crappie spread out throughout the water column, they're bigger. Don't know why. I mean, I guess they're just loners. They don't want to be grouped up with a bunch of 8 inchers, so they're over here by themselves being 15, 14 inches. And that's a donkey. I mean, a 16-incher too. But essentially, the best way to target these open water crappies is A, with a live scope, obviously, so you can see them. Or B, taking your down scan or whatever, finding them as you're idling through, making precise. I've never long line, so I take this with a grain of thought. Precise depths with all your rods on the back of your boat. So you got one at 8 foot, one at 15 foot, one at 20 foot, whatever y'all be doing, because pulling jigs this time of year be smoking them a lot faster than somebody with a live scope. But at the same time, the live scope person can target the bigger ones faster than the guy pulling the jigs catching the little ones. So it's a win-win situation. So what jigs would I recommend for open water? You know, we've got the snipe beaver, which I've specifically wanted that mold. Specifically, I think I said that right. Not sure. I wanted that mold for the flap of the tail on the way down, and you'd be able to see it better on a live scope. But honestly, this old 2.5 fluke now could do the damage also. So this is just a quick recap of, you know, wintertime fishing essentials. Where do they go? They essentially go down the creek channels to deeper water. As everybody knows, I just wanted to get this out here for y'all people that don't know. And you essentially target them. If you're fishing brush or docks, you want a smaller jig. But when you're in open water, you want a bigger profile for the bigger fish. And that's the name of the game. Go out there, catch y'all some limits, catch y'all some slabs, and I'll catch you on the next one. Yay!